Welcome to the 5-Minute English Vocabulary Podcast. My name is Herbert Lee, and I'll be your host. Now you can easily improve your vocabulary without memorizing long lists of boring words, and still develop a powerful command of English. You'll learn the origin of words, or etymology, told as easy-to-remember stories. You'll also hear some jokes, and learn some idioms as well. Episode 35, Really Quirky Words, Part 2. Here are some more quirky words. Paradoxical, much like the phrase jumbo shrimp, combines contradictory concepts that leave us scratching our heads in both awe and confusion. In this paradoxical world, we often find ourselves contemplating how a wise man can be considered foolish, or how something can be so bad it's good. It's like trying to comprehend how a crowded elevator smells different to a midget, or why we park on driveways, but drive on parkways. These paradoxes add an element of humor and irony to our lives, reminding us not to take everything too seriously and keeping us entertained with their absurdity. The beauty of the paradoxical lies in its ability to challenge our logical thinking and makes us question the very fabric of reality. It forces us to think outside the box and embrace the contradictions that exist all around us. Here is a Christian paradox. If a fly lands in holy water, does the fly make the water unholy, or does the water make the fly holy? So next time you come across something truly paradoxical, remember to laugh at life's little ironies because, as they say, laughter is indeed the best medicine for these mind-blowing enigmas. Perplexing, P-E-R-P-L-E-X-I-N-G. The word perplexing can be traced back to the Latin word perplexus, which means entangled or confused. It is formed by combining the prefix pre, meaning through or thoroughly, and the verb practere, meaning to entwine or to braid. Over time, the term evolved in English to describe something that is confusing, puzzling, or difficult to understand. It refers to a situation or problem that causes uncertainty or bewilderment. When faced with something perplexing, there is a sense of being mentally tangled or caught up in a complex web of ideas or information. The word suggests a state of confusion that requires careful thought and analysis to unravel and comprehend. In summary, the etymology of perplexing reveals its origins from Latin roots, with the underlying concept of being entangled and confused. Perplexing is a word that perfectly captures the feeling of being utterly confused and bewildered. It's that moment when you're trying to solve a puzzle or riddle, but the answer seems to be just out of reach. It's like staring at a math problem for hours, only to realize that you've been using the wrong formula all along. Perplexing is also when you can't quite wrap your head around why someone would make such a strange and illogical decision. Like when you see someone walking in the pouring rain without an umbrella, or when someone chooses pineapple as their pizza topping. In a funny twist, one could argue that perplexing is only synonymous with dad jokes. These cheesy one-liners that make you cringe and laugh at the same time, leaving you scratching your head in confusion. You know, those classic gems like, why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have the guts. Or I used to play piano by ear. Now I use my hands. These dad jokes are truly perplexing because they manage to simultaneously astound us with their corniness and amuse us with their clever wordplay. Overall, perplexing moments can range from mind-boggling puzzles and bizarre decisions to hilarious dad jokes that leave us both entertained and confused. It's those little quirks of life that keep us on our toes and remind us not to take everything too seriously. Why did the scarecrow find school perplexing? Because it couldn't figure out if the students were trying to learn or trying to farm. Why did the math book feel so perplexed? Because it couldn't solve its own problems. How do you confuse a snowman? You take away its carrot nose and replace it with a banana. So there you have some quirky words. One of the paradoxes of vocabulary learning is this. As you start to learn more words, you realize how little you actually know. So until next time, I hope that vocabulary is becoming less perplexing with each episode. Next week, we'll share some funny words. It's Herbert Lee saying bye for now, and hope your life is full of quirks.